if I tell you? What if I tell you, say, me where you see, I don't so see, we're just a germinate. So be hopeful, cause waiting I know be say. Having no day use us play. We go enter. Dancing when you did fine. We go enter. Might take a little time. We go enter. When the stars align, we go enter. And everything will be just fine. Cause when Oluwa say yeah, 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 nobody can say no. Papa, hello, cause when Oluwa say yeah, 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 nobody can say no. Papa, hello, cause you get the final say.
Welcome once again. This is Dr. Feel Good Inside Out. I want to something so good for you.
Yes, you get the final say. No matter what them say, no matter what them do, it's not
let them know Dr. Feel Good Inside Out, so it's up.
You can triumph through your trials. If you just
let me see if I can find
don't give up the fight. Cause Papa God put this sleep. One day you will surely celebrate. He will supply your needs. Have a little faith and see that we go enter. We go enter.
Let me see if I can share.
The stars align.
Invite, today is going to be so hot. Today will be so hot. Invite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nobody can say no. Papa, hello. So Oluwa say yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nobody can say no. Papa, hello. Cause you get the final say.
Hello, you're welcome.
No matter what them do,
can we just dance a bit for Jesus? Oh yes.
No matter what them say, no matter what them do.
Gwen, you're welcome. Gwen. Oh, Amando, I love you too. I love you too. Yes.
No matter what they say, no matter what get the final say. No matter what them say, no matter what them do, yes, you get the final say. No matter what them say, no matter what them do.
Oh yes, you're all welcome once again to Dr. Feel Good Inside Out Talk Time. Oh, another beautiful Saturday, another wonderful Saturday. Can you just invite friends and let them know that Dr. Feel Good Inside Out is on? I'm so excited about today. You know, anything that concerns children, of course, will make a mother happy. You know, anything that can improve on our children. First of all, I want to say I'm so sorry for last Saturday. You know, Dr. Feel Good has other branches. Last Saturday, I was with the 50 and above club, you know, and we had an event. So there was no way I could squeeze time to do this program. But I'm glad I'm here today. And today I'm not alone. We are going to have a guest today. So I'm telling you, it's going to be hot. It's going to be a wonderful day. Invite parents to come and sit and learn something today. We need to share the knowledge, share. Today we are going to talk about juvenile delinquency. Yes, all these stubborn children, all these funny behaviors. We need to talk about it today. So especially those who are abroad. Please, I know it's not easy over there, you know, to manage with children, work, bills, and so on. So most often we realize the children don't really get the parental care that they really need. So this is an opportunity for you to come on, invite friends, and let them come and hear what Dr. Feel Good and our guest have to say today. So let's just give some few minutes, perhaps 3 more minutes, and as usual, Let's dance a bit. Yes.
What if I tell you? What if I tell you, say,
Yes.
me where you see, I don't so see, where just a germinate. So be hopeful.
You have just sown a seed that is germinating.
The Baba where we they serve, you know they use us play. We go enter. That's it where you define. We go enter.
Oh yes.
It might take a little time, but we go enter. When the stars align, we go enter. Everything will be just fine. Cause when Oluwa say yeah, 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 nobody can say no. Baba, hello.
When
Cause when
someone says
Oluwa
yes,
say
nobody can say no.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
Lord.
nobody can say no. Baba, hello. Cause you get the final say. No matter what them say, no matter what them do, yes, you get the final say. No matter what them say, no matter what
Oh,
them
when
do, the air is not denied.
one dancer,
Keep
when
waiting,
he always put it those
you can
moves, yes?
triumph through your trials. If you just believe, so don't give up the fight. Papa God got this sleep. One day you will surely celebrate. Yes, He will supply your need. Have a little faith and see that we go enter, we go enter. That's it when you define. We go enter. It might take a little time. We go enter. When the stars align, we go enter. Everything will be just fine. Cause when Oluwa say yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 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 nobody can say no.
Yes,
Nobody no. Cause when Oluwa say yeah, 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 nobody can say no. Nobody no. Cause you get the final say. No matter what them say, no matter what them do, yes, you get the final say. No matter what them
You
say,
cannot say
no
in your
matter
life.
what them do, you get the final say. You get the final say. No matter what them say, no matter what them say, you get the final say.
You get the final say, no matter what them say.
No matter what them say, cause you get the final say. No matter what them say, no matter what them do, yes, you get the final say. No matter what them say, no matter what them do,
You get the final say, no matter what them say. That's it. No matter what them say, you get the final say, Lord Jesus. We say thank you for another wonderful Saturday, another wonderful day in the presence of lovely people. And we are going to start right away, right away. So, as I'm saying, today we're going to talk about juvenile delinquency. I'm so sorry for the francophones because I don't really know how to translate it in French. Donc, bienvenue, c'est encore Dr. Feel Good Inside Our Talk Time. Et aujourd'hui, on va parler des enfants, délicats. C'est pas comment on dit le mot en français. My doctor, you can dance for me. Oh, yes, for sure. You know, your doctor likes dancing, right? Yes, I dance. That's what makes me happy. That's what makes me feel good inside out. And that's why all of you have to feel good inside out today. So we're talking about juvenile delinquency, which refers to antisocial and criminal activity of a child less than 18 years, which violates the law. You know, the things that these children do before they get to the age of 18, which is not, you know, accepted by the law. And it's a situation where if it's an adult who commits that same crime, then it becomes more serious because then they really look at it like an adult crime. you will be judged. Of course, children also have juvenile courts and so on. But unfortunately, when I try to check about my country, Cameroon, it seems as if it's not really developed, But in other countries, they have special courts just for these youngsters, these young people, where they can, argue their cases and see what they are going to do with them finally, and so on and so forth. And when we talk about juvenile delinquency, there are different types of delinquency. There's a single delinquency where somebody, a child, on his or her own, does something that is wrong, commit a crime in quotes, because when they talk about crime, it's like a bad activity. They do something bad which is not recommended to be done, especially at that age. So you have the single. Wow. Oh, wow. Blessing, thanks for joining. Hello, hello, hello. Wow. Venus, how are you? How is England today? Gwen from Germany. Wow. Wise man Edwin, thanks for joining. How is Limbe? I'm glad to have all of you here. Keep inviting friends. I need to be motivated. Just click the love sign, love, and let the world know that there's something good coming out from this platform today. Yes, I was saying, you have these delinquent children, no individual child, but also you have group supported delinquency, where a group of children will decide to do something. And that's one of the things that really motivated us to talk about this thing today, because of recent we've had a lot of stories over the news in Cameroon here, children having group sex in the neighbors, in the house near the school. We've had children stabbing their colleagues, their classmates, their teachers. We've had all sorts of things, all sorts of terrible things. And we're going to talk briefly about that one also today, So that's a group supported delinquency. Means like those children, those delinquent children, they come together to commit the real crime, the real one, the big crime. So they come together to commit that crime. And then you have the multi-component organized delinquency. That's they arrange with different groups. They'll say children went and embezzled. Anyway, armed robbers. We have a bunch of children. They rob people around the quarter. Those very children are having sex or raping small girls. Those very children are quarreling with their parents. Those very children are killing their siblings or whatever it is. But you see, this is a constitutional group. They're in different groups. They come and meet. So remember, it can be just one child doing something bad. It can be a group of them, supported group of them doing a particular thing, or it may be other groups coming together to do something bad. So you see that it's a real problem, and we need to handle that. We need to say stop to that one right now before we continue. So today, what's the time now? We have a special guest today, and this guest will be coming in very, very soon. I'm so excited about this guest. So excited for many reasons. I'm so excited for many reasons. The first reason is that she is my own sister. That's the first reason. She's my own sister, and I'm so blessed that she's here visiting her daughter. So I'm like, with all the experience you have, why don't you come on my Feel Good show, and share with you, my followers, all the bundle of knowledge she has in her head. And that's why we're going to have her here today. In about 2 minutes, I'll introduce her and we'll welcome her. Yes. Oh, Jume, thanks for joining. Wow. All country are behind you. Thank you, Armando Salvador. Where are you writing me from, Armando? Can you just tell me where you're writing me from? Armando, say something. Where are you right now? I'm seeing somebody with a Nigerian flag. Where are you? Argentina? Let me know. So once again, you're all welcome. This is Dr. Feel Good Inside Out Talk Time. You're welcome, and we are going to kick off right away. Soyez la bienvenue ici encore, c'est Dr. Feel Good Inside Out Talk Time. Bien sûr, notre invité de jour, c'est un invité spécial, comme j'ai dit, pas seulement spécial parce qu'elle est ma grande sœur, ma propre sœur, mais elle est spéciale parce qu'elle a un paquet d'expérience. Et elle va partager avec nous aujourd'hui. Et je vais la présenter. en anglais, et je vais la faire entrer dans le truc. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like us to welcome the one and only Mrs. Tima Ne Acha Christina. You know, she's a retired educationist who put in 37 years of classroom work. Can you imagine? She taught for 37 years and just recently went on retirement. She's a mother of 4 with so many foster children. She's brought up so many children. And we call her a disciplinarian because she will bring you up the right way you need to be brought up. She's done some courses on family and marriage counseling, you know, and a leader of the C Christian Women Fellowship. So we are going to have her right away. She's right here. I can see she's already connected. I'm welcoming her, and I want people to show hands of clap, clap, clap. Yeah, there she goes. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's welcome. I call her Sister Christy, but you can call her Mrs. Tima. Yes, Mrs. Tima, you're welcome. So, voilà, bienvenue, comme j'ai dit en anglais, Mrs. Tima Zen. Aha, yes.
Thank you,
c'est une éducationniste. Oh, Jesus. Le français là est fort.
On this platform.
Yes.
I feel really privileged to be here today to share Dr. Feel Good Inside Out.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mrs. Sima. You're welcome. You are welcome on this platform. This is a platform where we help people feel good inside out. We try to talk about social issues. We talk about health issues. We talk about lifestyle changes. We just anything that can make us feel happy. And I'm so glad to have you on this platform today. I'll ask you please to speak a bit louder so that people can hear what you're saying. And if you have any question, please just put it on the message box and I'll read it to her. So, Sakrisi, oh, sorry. No, I don't call you Sister Chrissy, Mrs. Tima. So, today we are talking about juvenile delinquency. You know, we're talking about juvenile delinquency, and you have so much experience. I know you brought up so many children through your classrooms, and you've seen some of these terrible things happening. Of recent in Cameroon, they talk about a group of children who were having group sex. Yeah, you know, I think did you hear about that? Did you hear about that?
Yes, lots of terrible things have been going on. In fact, I just want to thank you again. If we were to take off from the scriptural foundation, I would want to take us to Proverbs 22 verse 2. It says, train up a child in the way he should grow, so that when he is old, he will not depart from it. That is a parental responsibility. That is a responsibility that has been given to parents, because the family is the first trainer of the child. When a child is born, that child doesn't know anything. And so the parents need to impart knowledge into this child. And you see, if it is done with the fear of the Lord, then the child will grow up to fear the Lord. But if it is done, then the child will grow up not to fear the Lord and to go astray and eventually become a juvenile delinquent. And that will be a very serious problem in the society. If we were again to look at Ephesians 6, verse 1 to 4, it says, children, obey your parents in the Lord. That is, honor your father and your mother, that it will be well with you, and your days will be long. That is actually the first commandment that carries a promise.
A promise. That you must something attached to it. Yes, only one attachment.
Your days will be long, and you will live a pleasant and happy, fulfilling life.
Yes.
According to God's promise. But it says, you fathers, do not provoke your children to wrath, but raise them in the fear of the Lord. Why?
The Lord.
Because the fear of the Lord is the beginning
of wisdom.
That is. And so here again, we have a parental responsibility. Why? Because even God knew that some parents will be so disobedient as not to raise their children in the fear of his mighty name. And so we see that if we have to talk about juvenile delinquency, it is because of the devastating effects that this is having on the society and the scandalously, alarmingly high increasing rates of this delinquency, which is disrupting the societal lives and the lives of many families. And that is why we really, really need to address this issue. And so if we were to...
Can I just, yes, because somebody is writing that je ne connais pas bien l'anglais, désolé. Donc, let me see if I can do some brief translation of what you just said, a summary of what you said. Yeah, oui, monsieur, soyez la bienvenue encore à Dr. Feel Good Inside Out Talk Time. Et aujourd'hui, Madame Timé est en train de parler des enfants qui sont délinquants. Et il dit, elle fait la référence à la Bible, qui dit que apprendre les enfants de bonnes façons de marcher et ils vont rester sur cette trajet, quoi. Ils ne vont pas quitter de là, ils vont toujours être bien. Et de l'autre côté, il dit que il faut savoir que si toi, le parent, c'est ton obligation d'élever ton enfant bien. Et les enfants, on a dit, il faut éblouir tes parents pour que tu aies une longue vie. Donc, vous voyez que c'est quelque chose qui demande la responsabilité de deux côtés, mais surtout côté parental. Et elle a commencé par ces citations bibliques pour qu'on puisse comprendre pourquoi c'est très important quand on parle aujourd'hui des enfants délinquants. C'est que les parents doivent bien écouter ce qu'ils doivent comprendre pour éviter ça. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, il y a tellement d'enfants délinquants, il y a tellement de choses qu'on voit dans les réseaux sociaux. On nous dit que les enfants sont en train de se tuer, l'autre a poignardé l'autre, on dit que l'autre est parti avoir le rapport sexuel dans une maison, tout un groupe des élèves. C'est les choses qui effraient. Et c'est pour ça qu'elle est en train de nous ramener d'abord à la base, la fondation qui est la Bible. C'est que la Bible nous parle de ça. J'espère que tu comprends un peu maintenant. Oui, Armando. I'm trying, the French is not easy.
Really perfectly bilingual. I just admire you.
Oh, no. Yes. Sorry for cutting you, but that's how we are going to be doing it. When I talk, I just give brief summary because some audience members are all francophones. Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. They need to benefit.
Yes.
And you see, when we actually talk of juvenile delinquency, we are looking at the illegal activities of minors in their teens or in their adolescent years. That is between 10 and 18 years. 18. And so these activities include burglaries, armed robbery, drug, pornography, scamming, money laundering, skipping school, sex crimes, gangsterism, and you can name the rest. And we see that the disintegration of joint families, broken families, single parent families, separated families, frequent parents' fights, lack of trust and confidence among parents, criminal parents, siblings rivalry, or unequal treatment between children. These actually are some of the major reasons that lead to juvenile delinquency. But recently, we also find that there are some other causes, which may include peer pressure or may include societal instabilities with regards to moral and ethical values. And then we have uneducated children or children who do not have the means of being schooled in formal education, and so they don't acquire the values. And then we also have even sometimes the failure of government policies in our schools and otherwise. And so we see that these are some of the major causes. But when we look at these causes,
can I translate the causes first? Yes. Donc, Brother Man, Brèvement, elle est en train de dire que, elle est en train de parler de certaines causes. Qu'est-ce qui pousse les enfants à être délinquants? Et elle a parlé quand on parle de délinquants, c'est les crimes que les enfants entre 10 et 18 ans commis. Et ça peut être le vol, ça peut être des bagarres, les drogues, les sexes.
Yes, pornographie.
Regardant la pornographie, toutes ces choses-là, on connaît bien toutes ces choses, mais les choses que les enfants font, à moins de 18 ans, ils sont encore immatures, ils ne sont pas encore les matures, donc ils commettent ça, c'est un crime terrible. Et maintenant, il parle de certaines causes. Qu'est-ce qui peut pousser l'enfant à être délinquant? Et elle a beaucoup insisté sur le côté familial. Les parents qui sont séparés, les parents qui eux-mêmes sont les criminels, les gens qui ont les multiples femmes, polygamie, et on n'a pas le temps pour suivre les enfants, tout ça entre dedans. Et tu vois même les familles où les gens passent leur temps à bagarrer, se disputer. Donc, on montre aux enfants des mauvais exemples, quoi. Donc, ils grandissent et ils copient tout ça. Ils copient tout ça. Donc, il y a aussi le côté éducationnel. Les enfants qui n'ont pas pu fréquenter pour avoir même une petite connaissance, tu vois. Donc, certaines de ces choses, ils font par l'ignorance, parce qu'ils sont poussés par leurs amis, de même âge, tu vois, le groupe des amis. L'ami dit, goûte un peu ça, c'est bon, hein. Essaye, ça ne va rien te faire. Et lui aussi, il fume. Il ne connaît pas les conséquences de ce qu'il fait, mais il fait ça parce que son ami lui a dit de faire. Donc, voilà certaines causes en bref de ce qui peut pousser les enfants à faire ça. Okay.
That is fine. Thank you very much for that wonderful translation. And I'm really satisfied with the translation, even though I cannot.
I wish somebody can hear you say wonderful translation. They're breaking my bone here that I speak Franglais. Okay.
You're really a Cameroonian, a true Cameroonian.
Now thank you.
We look at the causes much more detailedly. The causes of this juvenile delinquency. If we were to look around us, we'll find that our Bostal institutes the few Bostal institutes which exist in the country are practically full. And our prisons are
full.
Because about 80% of the population is youthful in Cameroon. And you find that there are so many of these youths who are in the prisons.
Yes.
And they are as testimony of the fact that the rate of juvenile delinquency is very high.
Yeah.
And that's why they can no longer confine them only to the Bostal Institute. I've had the opportunity.
So, Mrs. Sima, let's come back now to the question. Why is there this uprising in juvenile delinquency these days? Why? Yes, you've just touched that point, that the prisons are full, and you go to the prison, see these youngsters, they're amongst adults, in fact, they're just there. You know, I once went to the prison at New Bell, and I vowed never to enter a prison again. I was scandalized. The people I see there, I saw there, believe me. Yes, you can, yes, you weep, yes.
Who are detained there with adults who are hardened criminals.
Yes, yes. Of course, the child will live from there hardened. The child also live from there hardened.
Worse than he went. And so you begin to wonder if the prisons were actually meant to correct that child or to make the child worse off. And that is why most of those who actually are locked up in the prisons, whether they are awaiting trial or they call them whatever, they end up being worse than what they were before they went there. Let us just look at some of the major causes. You see, when I was trying to look at the causes, a lot of it, the emphasis was on the home. The home.
Yes.
The home is the family is the smallest unit in the society that is actually meant to train and raise citizens. And so the home is the first school for every child. And when that school fails, then the society will fail, because the homes put together make up the society. And when there is that kind of generalized failure in the family situation as we are having right now, then it is reflected in this kind of alarming rate of juvenile delinquency.
Yeah, donc, Madame Timé est en train de dire certaines choses ici. Tout à l'heure, on a parlé un peu de nos prisons parce qu'il dit le seul centre que le pays a pour garder les enfants délinquants sont tout pleins. Et maintenant, ces enfants, même il y en a qui sont en prison avec les vrais bandits, les gens qui ont commis des crimes bizarres. Maintenant, on prend les enfants là, on les met là. Finalement, quand les enfants vont sortir, ils vont être pires que quand ils sont entrés. Et elle a maintenant dit qu'il faut maintenant voir en profondeur les causes. Pourquoi les enfants deviennent délicats? Pourquoi? Et elle a vu que tout ça se résume sur la maison, le domicile. Là où l'enfant a grandi, ça pose un problème très, très important dans l'avenir de cet enfant. Si cet enfant va devenir délicat ou cet enfant ne va pas devenir délicat. Donc, c'est un peu ça. Donc, elle va nous amener maintenant en profondeur pour nous parler un peu de certaines choses et qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire. Mais avant qu'elle entre là-bas, Mrs. Tima, before you continue, part 2, feel good inside, I love dancing. And usually 30 minutes into the show, we dance a bit, and I have some dancers who are always ready to put the jumping emojis, and we just keep dancing. And I will want you to dance because you are feel good today, 100%. We need to see you.
I'm always feeling good.
Oh, right. So let's get started.
Let's be feeling good all the time.
Yes. Just stay there, yeah.
I heard the brother Daddy down in the lion's den. He went up for lunch, for lion. I heard the brother Joe. When I see, I am not dead on the feet. So by faith to the God who never fails. My Bible says He made a way. Lift your voice. Hey, it's wherever you are.
I don't see the dancers. I don't see the movement.
Don't let your heart go weary.
Don't get your heart be weary.
Oh, we trust in God.
Don't trust in God. He'll give us the victory.
You listen to the song. Let's pay the right. Oh, we know He made a way. Hey!
I said it's the best moment.
Oh, down the lion's den. Lift your voice. Greater is He that is in me than he who is in the world. Is able.
Can you? What is it?
It's the able. It's a life for you and me. Just to live for you and me. Yeah, it's able. It's the able. Greater is he that is in me than he who is in the world. It's able. It's able. Wherever you are, I come in the name of Jesus. By his name, you have been set free. So in the name of Jesus, I say, it's your better go. It's your better go. Jesus makes you free. Get up. It's your better go. Get up. It's not a sad free. It's free. It's not a free. Jesus said it's freedom. It's freedom. You and I know. It's freedom. It makes you better. Think you're better go. Jesus makes you free. Oh, it's not a sad free. It's free indeed.
Yes, we've warmed up our body a bit, right? Thanks for joining. Those who just joined, so many people joined through my direct Vivian Tabot page. You're all welcome. Once again, this is Dr. Feel Good Inside Out Talk Time. And today we're having a special guest. We're having a special guest, Mrs. Christy Tima, an educationist who has been teaching for 37 years, raising up thousands and thousands of children. And today we're talking about juvenile delinquency. What are the causes of it, and how can we handle this problem? Because we see our society just going down, 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 and the worry is like, how is the next generation going to look like? What is going to happen? I mean, where is the love? Where is the moral trainings that we used to have when we were growing up? What is happening to the world of today? We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this until it gets to somebody's ear who can be of support to this, especially parents. She just started telling us about some of the causes, and she wanted to go deep. I said, but in Feel Good Inside Out, we feel good and we continue, then we stop and feel good and we continue. So, Mrs. Tima, once again, you are welcome on this special platform. And I can give you the floor to continue what you're saying.
So now, as we were saying before we went on our relaxation break,
yes,
we see that the crux of it, the main cause, the major contributing factor is the failure of our families. Our families have practically failed. When we look at the family fabric, we find that there is so much that is lacking in moral and ethical values.
That's very true.
I remember in the past, we used to spend time with our parents by the fireside, telling folklore stories, teaching a lot of lessons to the children, following up their work in school and at home, educating and preparing our daughters even for marriage, teaching them the basic moral and ethical values of life. And we see that in this way, this quality time that we benefited from our own parents, the children now do not have it from their parents. It's sad to say, but this is the truth. I think this generation of parents have failed because they are not giving their children the quality time that the children need. The parents have become so busy that they don't find time even to follow up their children's work in school. They don't find time to program the children's activities. They don't find time to give routine assignments to children, even with household chores. By the time they leave the house, they are leaving very early in the morning. They come back only very late in the night, probably when the young children are even, some of the children even go to bed without food.
Without seeing their parents, yeah.
Without seeing their parents. They only see the parents in the morning, very early, and the next day.
And the next day morning when he's just heading to go, she's running out. Yeah.
I remember the story of a little kid who told his daddy in the morning. He said, "Daddy, good morning." Daddy answered. And then daddy said, "Please, I'm going to work." He said, "Okay, good night, daddy." And the daddy was surprised why he should be saying good night in the morning. He said, "Because I'll only see you again tomorrow morning."
Well, that's so sad.
It's so sad, but that is the hard reality.
That's the reality.
I think the family fabric is disintegrating. We have very many dysfunctional families now than before. And if you look at it, you also find that even the rate of divorce in families have increased, which is also affecting the upbringing of the children. And then the fact that,
can I translate a bit?
Yes, you can.
You are giving so much stuff. I don't know if I'm going to remember all of it. Donc, c'est que Madame Tima est en train de nous dire, avant la pause, elle a commencé à parler de la famille. Et elle dit, le dysfonctionnement des familles aujourd'hui est responsable pour les délinquances juvéniles qu'on trouve aujourd'hui. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, les parents n'ont même pas, qu'à notre époque, à l'époque, quoi, les parents avaient le temps de s'asseoir avec les enfants, les causer, les donner les conseils, les montrer même comment on fait certaines choses. Mais aujourd'hui, tout ça est perdu. Il n'y a pas ça aujourd'hui. On a la recherche de l'argent que les gens courent du matin jusqu'au soir. Il y a souvent les enfants qui voient leurs parents seulement le grand matin. Quand ils sont en train d'aller à l'école, papa et maman sont en train d'aller au travail. Et c'est jusqu'au lendemain. Et on trouve ça très fréquemment, ce qui fait que les enfants n'arrivent pas à avoir les bonnes éducations parentales. Et avec ces problèmes même aujourd'hui de cette recherche de l'argent civilisation, il y a beaucoup de parents, les divorces aujourd'hui. Et quand la famille, quand il y a le divorce, ça fait que élever même l'enfant aussi, ce n'est pas très facile parce que l'enfant est divisé entre maman et papa de l'autre côté. Elle a déjà nous donné un exemple d'une petite fille qui le matin a dit à son papa que papa partait déjà. Il dit, OK papa, bonne nuit. Et le père dit, mais pourquoi tu me dis bonne nuit le matin? Pourquoi tu me dis non, parce que je vais seulement te voir demain matin. Donc, en allant au lit, tu ne seras pas à la maison. C'est pour ça que je te dis bonne nuit. Donc, vous voyez un peu le rôle de ce que les parents, le problème qui est sur les parents. Quand on parle de ces enfants-là, nous, les parents, on est tous incriminés dans tout ça. Et la question qu'elle pose, c'est que où est partie cette bonne habitude d'avant? Oui, cette valeur que nos parents avaient avant, c'est où? C'est parti où maintenant? Yeah, at least I tried. Just continue.
And the other side of it is that even for the parents have become so crooked, so corrupt, so immoral that the children can only learn those values. And it is always said that children learn what they live.
Yes.
And since the children who are raised now in this era are learning those immoral values, those unethical ways of doing things, the crooked ways, the tribalistic ways, the
immoral ways.
That is
the immoral ways, no morality. Yeah.
I witnessed a situation where there was a problem in a home, and I had to do some counseling there. And the daughter, who had become a sex worker, was being the mother was trying to talk to her, and behold, in the presence of the man, the daughter told the mother that I am just doing what you taught me.
Jesus.
Yes, and so the mother just broke into tears. And that was when she realized that the daughter had been observing her. Because the daughter reminded the mother that each time Papa goes out, you bring men into the house. And some of the men even go to bed with me. They force me, some have raped me. even though I've never told you. And so we need to go back to those values. We need to go back to those values so that the children can be what we would want them to be. Proverbs 100 and Psalms 127 tells us that children are a gift from God.
Gift from
They
God.
are a special blessing. But these children can only reflect the blessing of God if we enable them grow up in the fear of the Lord.
That's right. That's
truly
right.
a blessing and not a curse.
Yes.
Because God did not give them to us as a curse. And so whenever we fail to raise them in the fear of God, we should know that in the end we will have to live with the consequences of our failure to raise them in the fear of the Lord.
Oh yes, that's it. Donc c'est que
juvenile delinquency.
Oui, c'est que Madame Tima est en train de nous dire ce soir en insistant sur la famille. Il dit aujourd'hui le monde est tellement corrompu que les enfants apprennent seulement ce qui est mauvais. Tu as des parents qui sont eux-mêmes les tricheurs. Tu as les parents eux-mêmes qui fument les cigarettes sur les paquets. Ils fument même les chambres. Tu as les parents qui couchent avec les femmes n'importe où et la maman aussi. Tu vois un peu. Qu'est-ce que tu es en train de montrer à l'enfant? Parce que la Bible dit que l'enfant, c'est un don de Dieu. Ce n'est pas une malédiction, c'est un don. Et quand c'est un don de Dieu, il va être un vrai don si tu l'élèves aussi d'une manière correcte. Mais si tu ne lèves pas l'enfant comme tu dois l'élever, l'enfant va devenir un quoi, tu vois, comme si tu es maudit, c'est un enfant. Tu auras même honte même de montrer aux gens que voilà mon enfant. Parce qu'il sera un vrai charlatan, un vrai bandit et tout ça. Elle est en train de parler d'une situation d'une fille qui avait commencé la prostitution. Et on l'a appelée, sa maman lui a appelé Madame Tima pour venir un peu les parler. Et quand elle arrive là-bas, vous un peu parler de l'enfant. L'enfant lui dit, mais j'ai fait seulement ce que je vois ma mère faire. Et elle dit à sa mère, même quand papa n'est pas là, tu veux qu'amener les hommes ici. Certains de ces hommes-là, quand ils finissent avec toi, ils couchent aussi avec moi, ils me violent même. Et c'est comme ça, moi, je sais que c'est ça la vie, c'est ce qui est normal. Donc, pourquoi tu me stoppes maintenant? Maintenant, j'ai seulement appris comment faire et gagner de l'argent.
That's it. That is it.
Vous voyez un peu. I need to get your comments. Thanks for joining. Oh, big bro, Boma, yeah. Boma is watching. Rachel is watching. Myro is watching. Tita Maureen is watching. Thanks to you all who have just joined. Today we are talking about juvenile delinquency. And there's so much that we are learning today, insisting on the fact that parents, you have the major role to play. In fact, like 90% depends on the parents. Yes, because if you don't bring up your child well,
good.
Yes, if you don't bring up a child well, you bear the consequences in future. You know, so you need to bring up your child in the way of the Lord, because God says children are gifts from God. They are not curses, they are gifts. So when you have a gift, what do you do with a gift? When somebody offers you a gift, you keep the gift. I mean, the way you be holding, you hold it so
preciously.
Yes, preciously. You know, you don't want anything to no. By the time you're even opening that gift, it's like nobody should touch. This is mine. You keep it right close to your heart. Why are we pushing our children away? Why are we pushing them away? By not educating them, by letting them fall into trouble when we are alive. At least one of those who don't have their parents alive and they don't have nobody to take care of them. They can be delinquent. We can understand somehow. But you cannot be alive and your children are doing the funny things they do out there. It means the problem is you. Yes, you parents, us, the parents, the fault is us. Wow, Dr. Sabena, thanks for watching me. Thanks for following. Thanks, darling. Thanks, Doc, for being there. Yeah, so that's it. So that's what she's saying. And we're going to continue. Yeah.
So if we were to look at other causes besides the dysfunctional family situation of today, which I think the government truly has to do a lot to work in that direction. Because if the families are not functional, then the society cannot be functional. And so we have other causes which we may not be able to elaborate detailedly because of the time factor.
Time, yes. We'll
we have,
probably have a tattoo sometime. This I said
yeah,
it was part 1.
yes, I
Yes.
hope. Yeah, but maybe
We hope people have good connection in Bamenda. I hope so.
yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
People have connection on that day.
Yes, we have this
I'll pray for that, so that
yes,
we'll have
yes.
connection that day. Yes.
I truly pray for that. But maybe I
Yes.
just highlight some. We have
Yes.
poor school attendances, like now during this Anglophone crisis. So many of the children are not going to school. And
Okay.
this is a problem we will have to face in the future. And
Yeah.
then poor,
I hear so many girls get pregnant now, and
so many
boys
who
are
are
just
so
armed
many
robbers.
teenage mothers, so many adolescent mothers. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. And then we have poor educational standards because the government has also allowed the private sector to go
When you are
into
sleeping.
education. And this is truly not well controlled because we have lots of overcrowded schools and lots of underfunded schools, which obviously produce very poor quality students. And so they find themselves into delinquency. Besides this, we have violence in the social circles, say in the neighborhoods, in the ghettos. You have street children who are struggling to find their way in school. Besides peer pressure from their friends, they say birds of same feathers flock together.
They flock
And
together.
so, yes, and so this is a major problem. But then recently, they say the society has gone Android. And so we have a major issue here, which is that of the negative
Social
effect of
media.
social media. The social media actually was intended to educate, to reform, to build, to reconstruct. But unfortunately, the youths are concerned more with that part of the social media that is helping to destroy them out, because a lot of them have become television addicts, they have become movie addicts, and since the parents are not even there to control what the children watch, they watch any kind of movie, they watch TV all around the clock. Even when the parents are sleeping, children are watching movies, and they don't only watch movies. Since there's a lot of drug abuse, the children have now gone into pornography.
That's the bad one.
Drugs.
That's the worst.
They lose their subconscious memories, their subconscious minds, and so they go into lots of things that they would not have done if they were very conscious.
That's it.
And that is it. Okay. So you have lots of children involved in pornographic activities, which is very, very destructive. And for me, I see it as demonic, not only just destructive.
Yes, that's it. So let me catch up before. Let me know. Yes, I'm a loser. I took down some notes. Yeah, but before I go, there's somebody who is saying that Rachel Shuntama is saying, Madam Tima, we need you again on this platform. You are wonderful. Thank you. Thanks so much, Rachel. Thanks so much. Thank you. Please, can you just like and share this, share this video right now. You may be a blessing to somebody right now. Just one word on this platform can change somebody's life today. So just yeah, that's good. I see the like signs coming up. Yeah, like and share, Donc pour les amis francophones, Madame Tima est en train de nous parler maintenant des autres causes. N'oubliez pas qu'elle s'est capitalisée d'abord sur la famille, sur le dysfonctionnement de la famille, mais elle dit qu'il y a d'autres causes. Et une des causes, c'est le mauvais niveau éducationnel aujourd'hui. Tu vois, avant ça, même elle a dit en concernant la famille, le gouvernement doit faire quelque chose. Le gouvernement doit voir comment il peut faire pour encadrer les familles, pour qu'il n'y a pas beaucoup de divorces, de séparations, tous ces problèmes qui laissent les enfants eux-mêmes comme ça pour se débrouiller. Et puis maintenant, elle parle pour le côté des mauvais niveaux éducationnels. Dit partout, vous allez voir tellement des écoles, mais est-ce qu'ils sont vraiment suivis? Est-ce que l'État a mis le standard comment on doit enseigner les enfants en disant quoi, est-ce qu'ils supervisent tout ça? Parce qu'aujourd'hui, sans vous mentir, tu vois un enfant qui est à l'université, il ne connaît pas écrire l'anglais, ni français, il n'écrit pas un bon anglais ou bon français. Mais je sais qu'à l'époque, même avant mon époque, quand tu vois un enfant qui sortait même des cases bambili, c'était comme s'il a une licence. Il commençait même à travailler. You see the place like Ombe, après second, for 5. They start working. Yeah. You know, ils commencent à travailler parce qu'ils étaient bien formés. Aujourd'hui, malgré le fait qu'il y a je vais juste ajouter, malgré le fait qu'il y a tellement des écoles, on voit que le niveau a baissé. Et quand tu vois maintenant les enfants qui écrivent, ils écrivent they use abbreviations to write. They don't spell the word completely. They'll just put, you know, abbreviation and they understand it amongst themselves. But when it comes to really writing it, putting it down, nothing. So elle a dit qu'à cause de ces problèmes de niveau éducationnel qui a chuté, ça pousse aussi les enfants à être délinquants. Il y a la crise anglophone aussi qui a posé beaucoup de problèmes. Et nous tous, on est au courant qu'avec tout ce qui se passe au nord-ouest et au sud-ouest, il y a tellement de grossesses adolescentes. Les jeunes filles portent les grossesses, les jeunes garçons deviennent des bandits. Tu vois, les enfants sont perdus. C'est comme s'ils sont perdus dans ce monde, ils ne savent pas quoi faire, où aller. Certains d'entre eux, on a tué leurs parents. Ils ne savent même pas là où partir, là où aller. Donc, c'est un problème. Et puis, il y a la violence dans le cercle social. On voit maintenant les gens tuent l'autre là, l'autre tisse. C'est comme si l'amour a tellement disparu. Parce que quelqu'un qui prend le fusil, tire sur quelqu'un sans que ça lui dérange, ça pose vraiment un problème. Et donc, il y a tellement de violence. Tu vois un monsieur qui est en train de taper sa femme en plein carrefour. Tu vois les enfants qui sortent de l'école, ils sont en train de bagarrer en route. Il y a tellement de violence qu'on voit. Et ce qu'un enfant voit, n'oubliez pas que l'enfant voit et ça reste dans son subconscience. Vous pouvez dire que non, c'était juste en passant. C'était en passant le moment là, mais c'est là. Et quand l'enfant grandit, elle va rejouer encore tout ce qui est entré dans son subconscience. Elle a aussi parlé de ces réseaux sociaux. Le réseau social est venu pour aider les gens. Mais malheureusement, les jeunes ont pris le réseau social comme autre chose. Et tu vois maintenant beaucoup de jeunes qui commencent à entrer dans la pornographie. Dans le porn, ils regardent les films pornographiques, les petits enfants ils vont accumuler devant l'écran de leur téléphone. Tu vois, avec le smartphone là qu'on donne aux enfants, moi, je suis une maman qui est contre le smartphone à un enfant qui n'est pas encore à l'université. Moi, il faut acheter le corocoro là. Utilise ce qu'on dit, allô, ça va. C'est fini. Après l'université, tu commences à faire des recherches, des bonnes recherches, tu peux avoir un téléphone. Mais quand on donne aux enfants qui sont à l'école primaire, some parents give those Android phones to their primary school kids, thinking that they are doing something good. Not knowing that you are pushing. Yes. What for? All you need to know is, how are you doing today, son? How are you, my daughter? Fine. Are you back home? Yes, mommy. That's it. What do they need a phone for? Yes. I give them Android phones, and of course, when they take it, they just need. It just suffices for them to type sex, and everything about sex will come out. And although we haven't told the child is going to see it. So you better tell them. And they ask you a question, answer directly. Don't start answering again in a cunning way. Wow, Viviane, comment va Libreville? Sois la bienvenue. Pauline, you're welcome. Very important topic. That's Venus from UK. Yeah, it's very important. It's quite important. So the way we bring up these kids, especially you people who are abroad, is more delicate for you people because you have to run around to catch up with the bills, pay this. At times,
the children.
Yes, they don't have time to spend the children.
Yeah, they're not even allowed.
Don't beat. Yes, they're not allowed to beat their child. No. Yeah, the Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child.
Spoil the child.
Yes.
And maybe that is why we were raised that way and we are what we are today.
Yes, it's because we had these rods that will whip us when we do something wrong. What's happening to nowadays society is so sad. In fact, it's so sad. What's happening today is really, really sad. And that's why we are crying aloud on this platform that people should hear. People should hear and know that there's a problem. Because when I sit alone, I start thinking, how will my granddaughter grow up? Because, I mean, I've tried with the kid, my own children, right? But their own generation, how is it going to look like? When you don't have right to beat a child, children at that age, before 1 year, they have iPads already. They are pressing and looking. They spend their time watching TV. As you said, at times they watch, you think they're watching movies. Parents, do you go to really see what they are watching? They know you're in the house. By 11, I start screaming, go to bed, because most of those terrible movies, they show them in the night. Yes, so
they should go to their room, surprise them.
They won't show it late in the night. So you see, your children in the parlor, they're watching TV. What are they watching? Do you go to check what they're watching? That's it. Parents, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. Yes, we need to wake up. Don't say, ça, quand l'enfant regarde la télé, il faut quand même voir ce que l'enfant regarde. Il faut être curieux. Prends son téléphone, tu fouilles un peu. Tu vois, on dit que bon, le droit humain, on n'a pas. Non, non, c'est mon enfant, j'ai droit. Arrêtez ces téléphones-là, arrêtez-nous ces civilisations qui disent des choses comme ça. Donc, c'était ça. Does it still take a village to raise a child? That's the question. Yes, Boma. Boma is asking, does it still take a village to raise a child? No. In the past, we had a whole village raising up one child. Yes. Good. Because you leave your house.
A child doesn't belong only to the parents. Once a child is born, it's
for the whole village.
For the whole village. Because tomorrow, when that child grows up to be a successful person, it will be the pride of that village.
Exactly.
Even the standards of nowadays and all the presidents, they still look back at where they come from.
Yes. And in those days, if a child is doing something wrong, any woman can call that child and say, stop this rubbish. If you don't stop it, it will kind of crack the head there and say, if I see you here again. Then today you are passing, oh, is it this neighbor? I don't even know the neighbor. Who cares?
Even teachers.
Yes.
I remember when we started teaching in 1983, we could discipline children the way that we thought was proper. You are not trying to kill the child. You're trying to correct the child. But nowadays, teachers cannot even discipline children in their class. And so the children cannot take instructions from the teachers. And for that reason, they go off hand.
Yes.
They go off hand.
And Rachel is saying, Dr.
Rachel
is saying, she's saying, Dr. Feelgood, Inside Out, way forward. If we don't buy the phones for them, they'll watch them from their friends. Yes, let them watch it from their friends, not that they have their own. At night, they are not with their friends. When they're under their blanket, trying to browse and look at things, they are not with their friends. But when they have the phone themselves, they use it and manipulate it at any hour. Are you sleeping on the same bed with them? No. And they need to know that what they are doing like that is a problem. Most of the problems are caused by parents. That's Zida Moi. Zida Moi. That's true. That's what she was saying right from the beginning. You know, most of the problems are caused by parents. Parents, we need to wake up. And since you understand now that you bring up your child, we don't have a village bringing up a child again. This is a conservative society now. And it's gradually going to a level where there'll be no love existing again, because now it's I myself, me. I myself, me. I myself, me.
Parents and the children, there's no love.
Communicate.
There's no respect. There's no communication.
Let me tell you one story I read, Mrs. Sima. Let me tell you one story I read on WhatsApp. Perhaps you saw it also. This woman was a classroom teacher like you, and she gave an assignment for people to write what they would like to be in future. And it was a composition topic. It was a primary education. And this child wrote that he would like to be a television in future, television or a phone or an iPhone. And the reason he wrote now, when he went deeper, he said, because his parents, his mom, like his dad, they spend most of their time either watching television or looking at their phone. They don't care about him. So he prefers, if it was a television or a phone, the parents will look at him. You know, and this woman, when she was correcting the papers, she started crying. Unconsciously, tears were just coming. The husband, of course, was with his phone as usual. And then he turned and saw the wife with tears. So why are you crying? He said, I'm just reading a terrible composition here. The one said, when the man read it, he was so bitter. What type of parents are those? How can they spend their time? And this and that's not good. You know, why it's so easy to criticize some other person. And at the end of it, the wife said, do you know whose paper is that? He said, no. He says, our son.
Paper. I got that.
And that's typically what happens in the society today. We always tend to point fingers, putting blame on other people. Blame on the class teacher. That teacher is not even doing good. He's not even taking care of the children. Who is supposed to bring up your children? The class teachers or you, the parent at home? The class teacher is just going to support you.
The teachers compliment what the parents have done at home, and to cut the T's and dot the I's for the child.
That's all.
Yes. The first teachers are the parents. And so when the children fail, the parents should take the responsibility. Accepted that some teachers too are phony, but the greater part of the responsibility goes back to the parents.
Back to the parents. Back to the parents. You know, the topic.
And so how do we round up?
Yes, I was just saying that let's round up. We're already an hour.
The Bible says in Second Chronicles that if my own people who are called by my name
can humble themselves and pray,
go on their knees, confess their sins, and turn away from their sins, I will answer them and I will heal their land. That is just to tell you that we have gone far away from God, and so the devil has taken over and has disrupted many families, and many families are very dysfunctional, and so the society as a whole is very dysfunctional. We need to turn back to God. We need to turn back to God.
Let him heal our land.
Individually, let God heal our land and restore that sanity that existed before. And then the government should also sit up and play its role of taking care of the well-being of the citizens by ensuring that the good policies that are on paper are actually implemented. And then the society, our society, will be a better place.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Donc, elle est en train de conclure parce que on a déjà fait 1 heure du temps. Elle est en train de conclure toujours avec les versets bibliques. Les versets bibliques qui disent que si les gens peuvent être humbles et dire pardon Dieu, pardonnez-nous tout ce qu'on a fait là. Parce que notre société, c'est comme si c'est le diable qui a pris contrôle total. Donc, si on ne s'agenouille pas pour prier et dire à Dieu qu'il faut guérir notre pays, le monde entier, pas seulement notre pays, les choses ne vont jamais rentrer en normal. Donc, on doit faire tout ça pour que notre terre doit être bénie. Deuxièmement, elle lance l'appel au gouvernement aussi pour dire qu'il faut que le gouvernement aussi fasse quelque chose pour encadrer tous ces enfants, toutes ces familles, toutes ces personnes. Le gouvernement a un très grand rôle. Je ne sais pas s'il y a quelqu'un du gouvernement qui me suit ou qui va nous suivre. Ça serait sur la page. Peut-être ils vont lire ça, ils vont écouter un jour. Mais c'est les choses comme ça qu'on fait appel à tout ça. Miss Valentima, you cannot go there. Somebody said, oh, that's Boma. He says, so big sister, with this new dispensation in our present day society, how can we adjust these new ways of life? How can we adjust? I think
for us to adjust it, we must start individually by going closer to our God, because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And then we will be able to try to introspect and see where we have gone wrong. That is making our children wayward, where we have failed in our parental responsibility in the upbringing of the same children that we expect should care for us in our old age, in the same children that we expect should make us proud as parents, in the same children that God gave us as a blessing and not a curse, in the same children that we would love to be introduced somewhere as parents to.
Yes, that's right.
It comes back to us. Yes. It comes back to us. We should, this whole idea of saying civilization, different societies evolve differently and at different levels. We don't necessarily need to copy what does not apply within our context. We are working within a different context from other societies, and so we just need to work within our context so that we can be more functional and our children will grow better, and this whole idea of juvenile delinquency will be minimized.
Amen. Amen. That's good. Zida says, when a teacher scorn a child, the parents are angry, and some of them even go to the extent of warning the teacher.
And that is where I came in with the idea of government policy, because the government needs to review this policy. In the past, we knew that the teacher was the all-knowing person in the society.
Yes.
And that's why teachers were very highly respected. And so, if you look at it closely, you realize that even the teachers' children were the most disciplined children most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Let us give you a little example of a great statesman, Honorable Pa Estimuna of blessed memory. He was a teacher by profession who became a politician, and he trained his children in the fear of the Lord. And that is why you hear of the Munas. The Muna name never disappeared,
Never died.
Even after he left politics. Yes, because he raised very many successful children. Because he was a disciplinarian. He told us himself when we visited him once in Gembu, when he was retired. He said, nothing works like discipline. And God is a God of order and discipline. And that is why the word of God says, leave vengeance to me. Because if I were to take my anger on the wicked and those who are doing the wrong things, it will be terrible for them.
It will be terrible.
Yeah.
I like the phrase you just said. Leave vengeance for me. You know, vengeance is of the Lord. So that just simply means that we should learn to forgive and just let go. You know, we just let go some of these things and we move on. Yes, take care. Today we're talking about juvenile delinquency. Those who just joined us, you can still go back and watch this video from the beginning. Please like and share this video, like, and let people get to watch it. Yes. Rachel is saying we need to move forward with this topic. It's so exciting. Part 2. Of course, part 2 will come. When I announced this one, I said it was a part 1 because I knew talking about children, we cannot use 1 hour to say everything we need to say. Yeah, it cannot. So we'll get a part 2. Yes, that will just depend how the Bamenda situation is, because they usually have a lot of problems with their internet connections. Yeah, we'll pray that will be fine. So to say thank you, Mrs. Tima, we cannot just say thank you like that. It feels good inside out. We shake off as we are going off. So we need to shake it
I serve a living God, even the devil knows that I'm true. I serve a living God, everybody knows that I'm there. I serve a living God, even the devil knows that I'm true. I serve a living God, everybody knows that I'm there. I serve a living God. I serve a living God. Not true. I serve a living God. Everybody. All the glory and honor, so no one but you, What's not enough to explain the way that I feel for all you have done, Papa. You rise again. Over my drink. You came on you got. You was a hit. Nobody's been trying to take the glory. Any honor, I told it Alpha and Omega, your glory, no one is sharing. Jehovah, anything you talk, you do well. You get the power to say, heal and deliver. Hosanna, the angels to sing hallelujah. You know they lie, you know they fail, you know they carry my maternity. You call me your man, when you reach my door, you know they delay. From generation to generation, from generation to generation. You know they carry us, you know they carry us.
Oh my goodness. Yes, all the dancers. I can see you all, the dancers. All the dancers. Once again, I was so blessed to have all of you on Dr. Feel Good Inside Out Talk Time this Saturday. For sure, next week will be another day for us. And as usual, on Friday, I'll publish to you what we're going to talk about. We're going to have a part 2 of this, but I say it depends on the availability of our speaker. They will see whether we can just continue part 2 next week or we'll do it some other time. So I'm so glad. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for your likes and loves. Together, we are going to impact the world. We are going to touch people's lives. We're going to bring a change in one way or another. So we are also blessed. I love you all so well, so much. But remember, God loves you all. Signing out with Dr. Feel Good Inside Out. Stay blessed. Blessed weekend. Bye-bye.